Before I started with Family Mosaic, I'd probably been unemployed for about a year at that point, and I'd been sacked quite a few times. I'd sort of lost my job sort of quite a few times for various reasons.
I was unemployed for about 6.5 years, so the thought of going back into work was very daunting.
I'd been unemployed for 3 years, so obviously when I went to employers with my CV there was nothing on there, so they wasn't really interested. I never really got a call back.
Initially I heard about the care and support worker scheme through my housing officer. She just phoned me one day and said that there was this scheme that was being run, gave me a little bit of information about it. I also received a leaflet through the post. To be honest, I honestly didn't think it was something I wasn't going to go for. I just thought I wasn't going to be able to do it.
My support officer, when I was a service user, she said to me that they were considering to run a trainee programme and would I be interested. My attitude was, you wouldn't want me, I'm not employed, I've had problems, there's no history.
I had a really difficult tenancy really. I wasn't what you'd call a model tenant. In fact, I was holding on to my tenancy by my fingertips. I'd received warning after warning for various antisocial behaviour, rent arrears. I think I was in about £2,000 rent arrears when I was offered the scheme.
My circumstances before joining the scheme were that I was a carer for someone who had quite high mental health needs. I was only 16 and I cared for him from the age of 16 to 19.
I applied for the job because somebody actually had given me the belief back in myself, because someone had actually approached me and said, I know you can do this job. I thought, yeah, I can do. I've had this lady support my actual support officer and she gave me the confidence.
The trainee scheme involved a 2-week classroom-based training where we were taught a lot about boundaries, about policies and procedures, about risk assessments.
Health and safety, sort of ethics and boundaries, working with young people.
Fire risk, personal safety, there was also risk assessments.
Communication skills, sort of verbally and non-verbally, just body language, how you interact with people and sort of how they perceive you is really, really important. I think that's, for our job, that's one of the biggest things.
Once we'd actually covered the basic training of all the risk assessments that go with it, we was put in placements for 6 weeks and we had a choice of where we could start, and we did basically, I did 6 weeks in learning disabilities, then 6 weeks at Armed Court Hostel, and then 6 weeks as a floating support officer. So you actually got a feel for what of all the company provides.
I think the most surprising aspect of the training was just the friendliness and the encouragement from a lot of the staff, all the managers, sort of really rooting for you. That was the biggest surprising thing for me. And at the end, actually being offered a job and getting through it, really, that was the biggest surprising thing for me.
Surprising aspect of the training was how good I felt actually receiving a certificate after the end of the day of the training scheme, and just giving me my confidence in thinking, yeah, I am capable of doing it.
Confidence was the biggest thing that I learned, just professional behaviour really, how to conduct myself. I learned all my IT skills have really, really improved, my people skills. I've just learned immensely. I can't really put it all into words, everything I've learned, but I've learned a hell of a lot.
I feel I've benefited from the training scheme because I've got a full-time job at the end of the day. I've got a position I enjoy, a job I enjoy, a wage, and I'm not reliant on anyone apart from myself.
The biggest thing that I've benefited from it is I now have a job. I've been in for a year. I really, really love my job. So each day I wake up, I enjoy going to work. I don't have any qualms with that. Just the prospects of a career, really. That's the biggest benefit for me, that I know that I now have a future.
I feel like Family Mosaic have made me feel more independent and more confident in myself. I feel like they helped me build on the skills that I already possessed, but they believed in me, which gave me the confidence to succeed. I
can afford to buy my own things, to go on holiday. It's changed my life completely.
My prospects have opened up so much more. The possibilities are endless now. I can, you know, look to the future and know that there is going to be a future, whereas before on the dole, there's not a lot of future.